For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tim Ward. I am the Retroblasting social media administrator. That's the fancy way of saying that I help out with the Facebook page and the YouTube comments. But I wanted to take a second to respond to a video that was brought to our attention. For those of you who don't know, recently somebody had shipped a Hasbro sail barge to the Retroblasting archive. The individual had purchased it in the United States. The individual lives in Australia, purchased it in the United States, and made arrangements for it to be shipped to himself in Australia. And then Hasbro changed the size of the packaging, and once the packaging size had increased, the cost of shipping ended up going up, and the arrangements he made would no longer work out. So instead of just letting it sit there at the shipping station until they went out until they disposed of it, he decided, hey, I'm going to see to it that somebody gets some use out of it. So he offered to donate it to the Retroblasting archive so that Michael could either review it, or B, just have it, or C, sell it, whatever Michael wanted to do. Just wanted to give it a home so it wouldn't just be tossed by the shipping company. So what Michael had decided to do is, if you probably saw the video that posted last night, Michael decided to go ahead and find a way to ship this sail barge to the gentleman in Australia rather than keep it in the archive. And so overnight there was a YouTube channel, I don't know his name, Danny Denobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I don't know what his name is, I don't care. But he created this video, kind of basically a hit job, implying that Michael had made up the character Brent. And I can attest, I've seen the message from Brent. Brent is not a fictitious character, but the gentleman in this video implied that Michael made up the character Brent as an excuse to have the Hasbro sail barge in his collection. Many of you who've been a follower of Retroblasting for a while know Michael doesn't make excuses for himself, and truthfully, if he wants a thing, he's going to go get the thing. I mean, he's not going to backpedal, and he's not going to have to make excuses. If he wants something, he just goes and gets it. He doesn't care what other people think. And so the gentleman in the video, just like I said, implies that Michael made up the character Brent. And then not only that, but then he also criticizes Michael's thoughts on modern Hasbro, that kind of thing. And a lot of that stuff just a lot of that stuff is just opinion. But truthfully, the guy comes off as a shill for Hasbro. He comes off as a guy who would defend the company, in spite of the fact that in so doing, he actually attacks somebody that goes out of his way to help other people. And I can speak to Michael's willingness to help other people. For those of you who don't know, the R5D4 restoration that happened a few years ago on the Retroblasting Facebook or on YouTube channel, that was mine. And so I can speak to somebody. I can speak to Michael's willingness to go out of his way to help a complete stranger, because at the time he didn't know me. I reached out to him. At the time he really didn't know who I was. And so Michael goes out of his way to help people when he thinks the cause is just, when he thinks the cause is important. And so just when I see a video like this, I can't help but respond. For somebody who has he has, I don't know, 70,000 followers, whatever, this guy on YouTube who made this hit job video, when he goes out of his way like this to see conspiracy, to go out of his way to see when he goes out of his way to look for evil when it's not there, that's just an ugly way to build a channel. And so anyway, I wanted to take a second to respond. I don't know if Michael and Melinda will get around to it. They've got a busy afternoon. I know I've talked to them about some of the things they're doing today, and so I know they're pretty busy. But I wanted to take a second to respond, just to let you guys know that Brent is a real person. He's not a made-up character. And I think it's unfortunate where YouTube has just become the land of middle schoolers in a lot of cases, where somebody can just sit back and say, you know what, my goal tonight is to make a video that just blasts somebody else. If I were a follower of this guy, I would really want to rethink whether or not I should stay with a YouTube. This is, you can see the video. You can see the little puppet there. That was the made up Brent that he implied. Anyway, if I was a follower of this individual, I would really I'd give it a second thought. Decide if this is a guy that I really think is worth following. Yeah, the guy has got a lot of cool, nifty sideshow collectible toys, and that's what this guy's big deal is, right? He loves his sideshow. He also has got some Hasbro stuff. He says he used to do a lot of Hasbro videos, that kind of stuff. So he really loves his toys. But come on, there's a difference between loving your toys and going out of your way to you know help out somebody in need. And that's the difference between this individual who just likes his toys and wants to make his toy videos and take a few pot shots of people along the way, versus Michael, who uses his position, uses his ability to help other people, and he helps somebody in need. So you know what? I think I'd rather have that in a toy collector.